Welcome back, everyone. This is Akanar here with more Elden Ring, where today, I think it's finally time for us to resume the Radahn Festival. It has been long enough. We got to sample that fight quite some time ago as we were in the process of figuring out a direction for the playthrough. We were kind of sampling from the smorgasbord of options, and we did eventually settle into focusing on Liurnia and then making our way here through pretty much all now, I think, of Caelid proper. There is obviously the Dragon Barrow to explore, but if we judge by the Sites of Grace menu, it feels kind of similar to Weeping Peninsula. Weeping Peninsula is categorized under the overall Limgrave menu, or portion of this menu, but it has its own category, subcategory, so we can call it maybe a subzone. Whatever the delineation is, I think we can save the Dragon Barrow for a little while. What we may do is we may spend some time before resuming the Radahn Festival. We may check out this ravine outside of the Deep Shifra Well, since this is actually listed along with the other Sites of Grace here within what I'm calling Caelid proper. And so that may be on the agenda first, but along with a couple other items of housekeeping that we are going to cover. We may also spend a little bit of time exploring Redmane Castle itself. Try to do some things maybe before we are heading back into the ultimate boss fight of the zone. Either way, let's get these couple of bits of housekeeping that I have on my list. One thing from last time, when we took down the Nox, was it the Nox Swordstress? The Nox Monk? The Nox Duo. It was a very easy fight, first of all, and I was at the end of a recording session, and I did fail to notice the name of the warp point here, which is Chair Crypt of Celia. And I thought, Chair Crypt? I don't remember there seeing a chair. And I come back here and I'm like, oh, there is a chair. It's just ginormous. Got it. So that's the thing. There is apparently a chair crypt. I would not have thought of this as being any sort of crypt. It doesn't. There's a chest in here, and it doesn't feel like a burial spot. But maybe there is more to the story here that I am overlooking. The presence of a giant chair is interesting. We've seen many of these gigantic skulls. I don't know if there's any that are within view nearby here, but we've seen these rotted or decayed skulls that have turned to ash. There's one here that's over the swamp. Isn't there? Isn't there one that's kind of somewhere nearby? Maybe it's somewhere around here, but we can't particularly see it right at this moment. It's up here. There it is. I see the eyeball. Part of the skull here is staring at us. You can just barely make it out. Let's take a look here. There it is. There it is. We see you. You see us. We see you. I think this is actually up by that spirit spring that took us up into the Dragon Barrow. And we got the preview of Big Boy Dragon. So, oh my gosh. Okay, at least I was not facing the cliff there. Dashing off the cliff. Once again, to another gravity death. That would have been a great way to start the episode. But we have a giant chair, which, you know, we haven't seen too many giant bits of architecture. I feel like this is the first time that we've seen something like this. There haven't been giant shacks, giant houses, giant, I don't know, water slides. It doesn't feel like there's a whole giant civilization that we are, you know, we've seen in decay as this is like it feels like a very one-off sort of deal. So I don't know exactly what the deal is with the Chair Crypt of Celia, but it is something that I noted when I was playing off camera, that was the thing I was going to note. I was going to note the fact that I had been doing an NPC sweep. I went through, for the sake of being 100% thorough, before going and resuming the fight with Radahn. I wanted to make sure, beyond a shadow of a doubt that we had done everything that we could on this file to progress various characters' storylines. And as I had finished that up, I then turned my attention to thinking about the Radahn fight and what I wanted to do, because I do think that I want to switch things around. We've been playing so much with this fire-oriented build with the scale sword. It's been so much fun. But I also remember that at the time when we were fighting Radahn, we had this this golden halberd, which gives us the golden vow, which applies in retrospect. I did not realize it during those initial attempts, but it gives the boost to attack power and defense to everybody. It gives it to all of your friends. And I thought to myself, man, the golden vow plus our absolute favorite blessings boon, the trickle heal that you can also give to all your friends. What a great way to go about engaging in that jolly cooperation at the festival. So I think that is what we want to be switching back to. And in the process, as I was thinking about switching back to the golden halberd and the golden vow, for the sake of this fight at least, it got me thinking, you know, what other things could we do? What other things could we do with Ashes of War? You know, what other weapons do I have that I maybe have forgotten about? And let me just kind of like, in my spare time, I got a little bit of time here. Let me just look through the Ashes of War system and start to think about what other options we might pursue down the road. And I eventually landed on this Banished Knight's Halberd, which I had completely forgotten about. We got this from, I think, beating Edgar the Revenger, Edgar of Castle Morn fame, and it's already at a +8, which is really cool. We don't have to. We have smithing stones now, which I may upgrade my seal before we're done here. We do have smithing stones of the higher, or at least, I don't know, mid-tier order. Who knows exactly? You guys know how far. What is the max level that you can get a weapon to? I don't know yet, and I don't want to know. We'll learn that eventually. Either way, there's already been some investment made into this Banished Knight's Halberd. It would be pretty cool if this would be a weapon. You know, maybe this would be a weapon that we could think about. And let me look through the Ashes of War here to see what options are available for this halberd. And unfortunately, I was not recording at the time, so I will have to give a little bit of a reenactment here of the realization that I had. But as I was scrolling down here, I reached this row and I realized, wait, there's 2 sacred blades. Didn't I apply one of them to the Uchigatana already? Oh. Pretty accurate reenactment, if I'm being honest. That was, I pretty sure that was exactly what I uttered twice out loud, sitting by myself, realizing, aha, there is yet more to the Ashes of War. Unintentional rhyme that I had not yet realized, and I'm sure you all have been waiting. I can only imagine the hopefully not hours, but the amount of time that some of you out there, I can think of one of my brothers in particular, maybe both of them, maybe all of my siblings all together, maybe everybody in the audience has been kicking and screaming every time I go by the Ashes of War system. You can take an Ashes of War that you have already applied to one weapon and you can apply it to another. We did not have to duplicate our Sacred Blade so that we wouldn't quote-unquote lose it. Okay, how did I not realize this before? Let's look at this. Let's examine things for a second here, and let's go to the original tutorial message that the game gives us when it comes to applying Ashes of War, and I think this is the one, about adding skills. With a whetstone knife, you can use Ashes of War to grant your armaments new skills at sites of grace. An armament can only have one skill. Any skill it previously had will be removed. An armament's type determines what skills it can have. Some special armaments have unique skills and cannot be granted new ones. Those two middle lines. An armament can only have one skill. Any skill it previously had will be removed. As in deleted. As in ixnay on the ilske. Like, I don't know of any way that a reasonable person, well, maybe, it feels like the most reasonable read of this tutorial message is that based on so many other, other RPGs that I have played, other FromSoft games that I have played, this would be a system where you have to choose wisely. You have to choose wisely because you only get one shot. You only get one skill. And when you decide to apply another Ashes of War, you are deleting the old one. The old one is going to be gone forever. Does it say literally gone forever? Maybe not, but I feel like that is the strong, strong implication when you say any skill it previously had will be removed. It's not saying that you can basically, you know, bumper sticker over the previous Ash of War, but then when you want to take backsies. Now, there's actually something there. I was going to say, when you remove a skill, when you take off the Sacred Blade from the Uchigatana and give it to the Banished Knight, the Banished Halberd, that is. There is a very important question there, a detail which I do want to experiment with in just a moment here. And that is, does the original skill that was removed, does it come back? Is it sitting there underneath just waiting to just spring back to life once the skill that was used to overwrite it, quote unquote? We need to do a little bit of experimentation here to answer some questions here, but I just wanted to spend a moment here and look at this and understand. I'm curious. This is one of those things where I think I am okay with you guys, without spoiling anything else, without giving me additional information that I'm not aware of, which may still be the case when it comes to Ashes of War. I'd be curious to know how many of you, what is the normal experience for you guys playing, when you played this game for the first time and you were dealing with Ashes of War and you were learning the system? How did you eventually figure out that this was a thing?
Back already, no matter.
Because I will admit that I am, when it comes to like paying attention to details and taking things very literally, I am a very literal, logical thinker. My strong suit is not necessarily thinking laterally, thinking outside of the box, and trying to experiment in ways. It's not my natural tendency to experiment in ways that might be considered, I don't know, unintuitive. I don't know. Like, it's really a system that I have been hesitant to explore in this way because the game, at least through that tutorial message, led me to believe that any Ash of War that I apply to something is going to be this permanent change. And I need to be very, very careful about how I apply Ashes of War to different weapons. Did the rest of you just say, fuck it, I'm gonna start playing around with shit, and then as you play around with shit, you realize, oh, wait a second, I can actually just take this from one to the other. I can just pull this from another weapon whenever I want to. How did you all learn that? Did you look it up on a guide? Did you see other people streaming it? Did you see other people playing it? How did you figure out that bit of information? Because I feel like the person like me who likes to do these things blind is going to be at a bit of a disadvantage for quite some time until I happen to stumble upon this this system here, or this menu, where, you know, I have actually taken the leap and applied an Ash of War to a weapon, and then gone to another weapon and happened to see that, oh, this is still accessible. This one that I applied to another weapon, and it in fact shows that it has a little icon in the upper left-hand corner that shows this is actually applied on another weapon if you want to take it off of there and put it on something else. Hopefully I made myself clear there in terms of, you know, my thought process. I will also add, we're going to test this out, by the way. We are going to do some testing here in a moment. I will also add, I am glad all this, you know, how many episodes? We're almost 50 episodes into this playthrough, and I'm just now learning this. That's okay. I would not, in retrospect, I would still not want, this is like a prime example of one of these things that it would be very easy for somebody in the comments or one of my trusted advisors to tell me or give me a very strong nudge. You're missing something. Go and fool around with Ashes of War. More often, do it. I'm glad that they have not. I'm glad that that is part of our policy, is keep me in the dark, because when I do finally hit those moments, I know this one was not on camera. I don't know if I should have had it on camera, but I feel like I gave a pretty accurate reenactment of my reaction when realizing that, oh boy, Ashes of War can be taken from one. Oh shit, that moment is so much fun to me. It is so much more rewarding, and like all of a sudden my mind starts racing about the possibilities. We could play around with almost any weapon that we want. We could play around with almost any weapon and any Ash of War combination that we want without consequence. Well, maybe there might be a consequence here which we need to test. Let's maybe test this out. But that moment of realization, that moment of discovery, I know it wasn't something like, it wasn't like I can feel super accomplished about beating some super hard boss or solving a super hard puzzle. It was just that I managed to finally poke around in the right part of the opaque, tough to understand FromSoft game system. So I didn't, it's not like I deserve a medal or anything, but I still feel it's more fun for me, I know it's more fun for me, to discover it on my own. Even if that means you all are sitting for almost 50 episodes, frustrated out of your minds. Probably not frustrated out of your minds, but at moments, frustrated out of your minds, perhaps. I'm sorry to have put you all through that, but it is just the way I roll. I'm still glad that we got to this point the way we did. And now it's time to test out with, we have 5 falchions, so we can make this test very clear. We can find out whether or not the spinning slash, that is the default skill on a falchion, whether or not that gets overwritten by an Ash of War, by, you know, applying an Ash of War to it. So it really doesn't matter. I don't think it really matters what we pick here, because these can be reapplied to another weapon. Let's actually test one thing here. Can I, if I wanted to duplicate a skill, does it show up? Okay, this is where maybe I want to, okay, hold on. I got a couple things I want to test here. We're in our housekeeping section of the program, which I'm sure is really the favorite. That is what you all that is what you all hit the subscribe button for. That is what you all click on the video as fast as you can to get to the housekeeping section. We're gonna go to Night Bernal here. I want to buy an Ash of War that we can have as a duplicate here, because I want to see, does the, when you go to the Ash of War, can you duplicate Ashes of War that are, can you learn any that are already on a weapon? What did I just say? Can you duplicate an Ash of War that has already been applied to a weapon? That is what I'm trying to test here. So what do I want to, don't we have, what one that is a duplicate? I mean, I could just buy all of these from him. They're very cheap. They are not expensive. Why don't I just buy them all? And then we will probably get something that is a duplicate. Maybe we'll just do that. These are actually, I can maybe afford all these right now. Let's do it. Let's buy out Night Bernal. Who knows? We might even get progression in his, in whatever. I don't know if he has a quest line. He may just be the Ashes of War guy. Oops, cannot purchase anymore. Out of stock. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, cool. Now we have bought all the things.
Well, until we meet again.
Will we meet again? Or are you out of here after we buy all your shit? Let's at least check that first of all. Anything new from Knight Bernal?
Hello. Here to learn about...
The unintentional rhymes are just all over the place today.
Whoa.
Okay, well, Knight Bernal, he loves his War Master shack. He ain't going anywhere. Back to the hold. Back to the hold, right? Back to the Table of Lost Grace. How long have you all been waiting for me to figure this out? There's probably still more that I don't understand. Almost certainly there's, I'm sure, a ton about Elden Ring that I don't understand. And I may get to the end of Elden Ring not knowing some things. This is not it's not a guarantee that I'm going to eventually figure out. Like, I know several sort of advanced, I don't know, what do you want to call them? Several things about Hollow Knight. I'm not going to go into any detail, but things about the game Hollow Knight that I had no idea about on my first playthrough. Things that really substantially change the game in how you approach it and how you play it. And stuff I just wasn't aware of because the game doesn't explain it. And it's, you know, probably done that way on purpose because that is how, what am I, why can I, oh, I'm clicking the wrong button here. Hold on. That's how the Souls games are, is what I was going to say. That is just how they are meant, I think, designed on purpose to be somewhat opaque. They don't just hand everything to you on a silver platter. They do expect you to do a little bit of digging, some experimentation, some lateral thinking. You know what? I'm not even sure if we actually did pick up a duplicate. He might have just had all unique skills. So we're just going to have to... We're just going... Wow, interesting. Very, very interesting. These are all... Okay, so we don't have any duplicate skills. We would have to duplicate it with... Let's pick something that I'm not going to... I'm really probably not going to be concerned whether I know what we're going to do. We're going to... We're going to use a kick. I'm not super concerned. Having duplicate kicks is probably not something that I need to worry about having. Because now I'm understanding that the Lost Ashes of War, the Ashes of War duplication is not meant for you to have a backup that you can apply to a second. Well, no, it is. It's not meant to allow you to apply an Ash of War to another weapon, because that's already built into the system. The system already allows you to take an Ash of War from one weapon and give it to another. What's there is they want you, in some cases, to be able to duplicate something, to put it on, I don't know, two weapons that you want to wield at the same time. You want to dual wield Uchikatanas, but you want them to both have the same exact skill. All right, we'll let you duplicate it here with the Lost Ash of War. That is the point of that system. We're going to do a kick, and we're going to pick... what are we going to pick? We're probably going to pick... It doesn't matter what we pick, really, because, well, this is something to test. Do we get to change the affinity when we actually apply the ash to another weapon? I could do things this way, couldn't I? If I wanted to see whether it was possible for me to duplicate... If I want to test... Okay, I'm getting a little bit... Let me see if I can organize my thoughts. I get like this sometimes where I start thinking several different things. The first thing that I want to test is I want to see... What is the skill on the Banished Knight's Halberd? Spinning Strikes. Okay. Do I have Spinning Strikes as one of my Ashes of War? Do I have Spinning Strikes just here? I have Spinning Slash. I don't think I have Spinning Strikes. It's These are all the shield ones. Let's go through these one more time. But I don't think I have Spinning Strikes as an Ash of War that has just been unapplied. It's right now applied to the Banished Knight's Halberd. So, if I go to Ash of War duplication, is Spinning Strikes listed here? Spinning Slash is listed here. Spinning Strikes is listed. So you can duplicate an Ash of War even if it is on a weapon. I guess the same thing is here with the Glint Blade Phalanx, which is on Rajer's sword, right? The Rajer's rapier. That's the only way. That's so interesting now. They give you access to particular Ashes of War by having them already applied to a weapon. They don't actually give you a second one. This makes so much sense because when I got this, I was like, huh, this is kind of a funky, maybe Rajer's rapier, maybe these weapons like this that they give you are supposed to be your clue. If the system doesn't explicitly explain to you that Ashes of War can be reapplied, maybe this is your clue. Maybe this is how the game tells you, you know, there's a Glint Blade Phalanx on there, but also it's not on there with a magic. This sword doesn't have a magic affinity attached to it. It has keen affinity, I guess. I don't know. You would still have to do a bit of experimentation, I think, to eventually learn that. But I did. I eventually got there. Okay. The next thing we want to test then. Now that we know that kick, if for some reason we wanted to duplicate kick, we can do it once it's applied to a falchion, which I'm never going to use. This is only to test. Does the falchion lose? We're going to give it heavy affinity. I guess. I don't think it matters. I could do standard. But let's do heavy. No, actually, standard would be better for us. This doesn't matter. Just stop trying to over-optimize these choices that don't matter. Okay. Now, let's go to this falchion. Remove Ashes of War. Remove this from one falchion and apply them to another. And it once again, it gives you the choice to do a different affinity. So this lets you redo the affinity as well. And it brings back Spinning Slash. There it is. So you are never, when you are removing an Ash of War from one weapon, you're not removing it. You're just temporarily taping over something on top of it. It's still there underneath when you want to bring it back. So this Ashes of War system has now completely transformed in my mind from one that I need to approach with caution and forethought to one in which just knock yourself out. Just do whatever the hell you want and have fun with it, which is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Because now we are going to have fun with this at some point. I will still be putting a lot of thought into it, and probably this will be a lot of my off-camera play will be me sort of figuring out, what weapon do I feel like which weapon is appealing to me to try to play around with, get a feel for each of the move sets. And what combination of Ashes of War with a weapon sounds fun. I can see the appeal now that some of you have been saying, that it's going to be exciting when I actually do realize the full potential of this system. I thought that I had gotten closer. I was still pretty far away from really understanding what this thing is all about. Okay. We will fool around more with Ashes of War. Man, that is such a... That rhyme just offers itself right up on a silver platter. What we do want to do, though, what I do want to do is I want to strengthen... I'm going to need some runes, but I want to strengthen my finger seal. I had complained before about the fact that the game doesn't give very many options when it comes to, like, when you compare the options that you get for sorcery, all the different staffs or staves, the sorcerers get all the love. At the same time, there is the benefit there is an upside to having very few options as a cleric or faith build, in that you can feel a lot better about upgrading that finger seal, because hey, the game hasn't given us anything better yet. So let's just keep on throwing in our smithing stones, and we're gonna get more smithing stones eventually anyways. So it's fine. All right, so 468, let's sell off. Let's sell off a few items here, get ourselves up to about 1,000 runes, and then we can level up our seal to plus 15. Let's do it. Ashes of War will be so much fun to actually dig into. But we're gonna go plus 15 on the seal. And we could go plus 6 on the scale sword, but since we are going back to, I think we're gonna go back to the golden halberd, then we're gonna hold off on that. We have so many Somber Smithing Stones 4s though. Let's get the golden halberd up to plus 4. I should have sold off a little bit more of my runes. Let's get these. Let's cash in one of those and maybe one of these. And there we go. Okay, so now let's start. We're not going to rearrange our build. We're going to stick with the fire build for the moment. Let me just remind myself what spells I do have in here. This game is fun. This playthrough is so much fun, and I say it all the time, but it's so much fun having you all along for the ride. Let's check our spells here. Yeah, this feels like a reasonable lineup. We'll keep this Flame Cleanse Me on here for now. We are starting to... Well, we may still need it, you know, when we get into the Dragon Barrow. That may still be something that we need as part of our... as a safety valve for when we run up against Scarlet Rot. What we're going to do to start, we eventually, the Radahn Festival is on the agenda, hopefully, for today. What we're going to do is we're going to reapportion flasks, move these back over to 7-4. And we're going to start with a little bit more. We're just going to wrap up the exploration in Caelid. If I can go to the right menu. Apparently my mind subconsciously is still fixated on going to the Ashes of War menu. But we're going to start here at the Deep Shifra Well. Just to recap, this was a... When I first came to this Deep Shifra Well, this was not something that made it... This footage, I should say, did not make it into the playthrough because it was the one instance that I have during this playthrough of my video card crashing. and it was a crash in the way that I didn't get a blue screen of death or anything. It crashed while still allowing me to play the game. The game looked very funky though. All these textures on the cliff faces and everything were just flickering the whole time. And I thought, oh, the game's bugging out. And what I failed to realize is that my OBS recording had crapped out from an NVENC error. So just recapping that for those who might have missed that part and be wondering, like, why do I have this warp point? I have never really explored beyond this warp point, though, other than seeing a rune bear down here. So I think we're going to take on that rune bear. Let's... This could be a bad idea, but we're going to warm up with a rune bear. What could go wrong? I think it's a rune bear. It looks like it could actually be a very rotted version of a rune bear. And this could be a bad idea. I don't know. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Yo, he kind of has rune bear moves. He kind of has rune bear moves, but he also has some new tricks. That jump up in the air that he did, that's a new one. But that one, that move we know. We know those moves. Right now, I'm spamming the magma guillotine and hoping. Oh my god! What is that move? I need more mana. And I need stamina. All right. Okay, so the rune bears, they definitely don't hit as hard as they used to. Which is fine by me. Even the rotted Caelid enhanced, Scarlet Rot enhanced versions. That one at least did not inflict Scarlet Rot. So we got that going for us. I don't think there's really much to, this is, there, we took down the rune bear, but I don't think there's really much to this, well, I don't know for sure because I've never been down here, but my guess is, oh, there's an item here. Okay, well, there you go. Oh shit, wait a second. Oh, there is more to this than I realized. Because there I see a ball of crowns below us. What's this item? A stone sword key. Cool. Can I make this fall? This is where I'm supposed to be able to use rainbow stones, right? Rainbow stones would help me. Would help me know. Rainbow stones. I haven't been using rainbow stones enough, really, to know if that is. Okay, that one sounded safe. So are we safe if we drop from right here? Am I gonna give myself a silly science death because I'm too lazy to warp around to the others and come in from the, because I know the swamp is right over there, right? I know the swamp is like literally right there. I feel like I should be able to make this sort of a fall, but also it's like Elden Ring has tricked me before. And I am not going to take the chance. It's just a death, but it is also a rune arc that's on the line. So I would feel pretty bad if we... I need to use the actual map. I get the map and the pause menu mixed up far too often. Let's go over here, Inner Aeonia, and we're going to explore from this direction. Okay. By the way, I made note at the beginning of that chair crypt, the chair crypt of Celia, and I felt like there was something that I wanted to check on our recent items. I forgot this nonsense. This nonsense happens here. And then I pressed square instead of triangle to loot. Okay, I want to go this way. Because I know that there is a giant scarab over here, and that is near the entrance to this little cavern, ravine. They're giving me the ability to summon here, huh? They're giving me, I can bring one of my ashes to the fight. I guess we'll do that with the Mad Pumpkinhead, huh? Because that's when we had him over here before. Why not bring him back? What was I gonna say? I was gonna say that I wanted to review the items that we got from... Oh, we got this bell bearing I haven't turned in yet. We'll do that at some point here. That's right, we got this Nox flowing sword. I wanted to see if it had a note on it about anything giant related, but it talks about the Eternal City. There was something that we got. Oh, the Smithing Stone 7. Thought to have been used as to hone the weapons of the champions of the war against the giants at the birth of the Erdtree. But we found that down in the Celia Crystal Tunnel, which is kind of nearby. Just the presence of that giant chair kind of makes me wonder, from a lore perspective, what might be going on between... How is Celia connected to... How is Celia connected to the giants? Oh, he's got a He's got a mist. Okay. I don't know exactly what that mist is supposed to do. Is it a sleep mist? I also noticed that our pumpkin head went away. It's fine. Okay. All right. Stone crowns out of here. And we get a Somber Smith Zone 5. Cool. All right, so just crossing off every little last corner, every last little dead end in Caelid. Anything else to be found here? I think that is it, because just to make sure that there's no cave entrances here. Cave entrances or other that I'm missing, but I think that is a dead end. And otherwise we just have all of these guys and their ruin fragments, which are super important to pick up. What the hell? That guy just appeared out of nowhere, essentially. All right. That's as many ruin fragments as I can be bothered to get. So now, let's head back to... That is the much less interesting end of this little ravine. Going to the north is where the action's at. And that's where we're going to head this time. Let's get our lantern back. And I did ride down this ravine once before. And this is where I did initially, again, with that little bit of lost footage that is never to be seen. I won't try to give a reenactment of whatever my reaction was at the time. It wasn't nearly as noteworthy as my reaction to the Ashes of War. But I did see this guy, which was enough for me to like yeet myself out of here and say, I'm not going to fuck with this. No thanks. Trying to get your stance broken. There we go. The problem is, am I going to be able to get to the spot in time? He's like leaned over in a weird way. Is there a second? There is a second archer. Okay, so we do want to be a little bit careful here. Although he is pretty much close to dead. Pretty close to dead. Golem's magic arrows. And a spiked palisade shield. Yo. Oh shit, there are gravel stones here. Okay, I had a feeling that once we got up into the dragon barrow, we would definitely be getting some of these, but we are apparently getting some even, I mean, we're very close to the dragon barrow. Maybe this is, you know, this is probably close enough to be considered as such. We're gonna pick up all these gravel stones though. I don't remember exactly what, oh, actually I do remember. It's the dragon wound grease that we can craft. Now we can craft dragon wound grease. So, okay. We'll have to start using a weapon that can actually have grease applied to it, but that possibility is much more interesting now that we know about the Ashes of War. Now that we actually... It feels like this is the first time that I actually understand Ashes of War. And I'm excited to play around with them eventually. We're gonna try to keep seeking cover here as we make our way toward this archer. Play it safe here. The other question mark is, when is the big pot gonna aggro? Will he allow us time to take on... I was trying to keep an eye on the... Keeping an eye on the big jar to see if he aggroes at this point. Looks like... Oh, forgot about that attack. Looks like the big jar is not doing anything, so we are good to go. We are safe to move about, taking down the Golem Archer. There we go. And you are out of here. Cool. Okay. They really have a resonant death rattle. Let's take a look around this area a bit. See if we can find anything besides faded Erdleaf flowers. What is this building supposed to be? It makes me think of a Colosseum. And this is where I originally thought that maybe the festival that Alexander was talking about, it felt like maybe it would take place here, you know? Because I was thinking of like, oh, maybe it's like a Colosseum, a big, you know, a big combat festival. It sort of is. Combat festival is not that far off from what the Radahn festival actually is. Okay, I think we have, there's nothing much else to find here in this direction, so toward the, will this jar be friendly? Or will he be offended at the mere presence of a tarnished of no renown? I'm very, very apprehensive. Like, if he does turn hostile, what the hell are we gonna do? Other than try to run and get the hell out of here. Trying to see if he's moving. It does look like there is a subtle movement. So this, and the arms are crossed. Like, it's a friend, right? Wait a second. There is a talk option. We can talk from very far away. Okay, cool. Cool. I'm encouraged by the presence of the talk option. It also is a little puzzling to me. Why are we not able to talk while riding on Torrent? What's up with that? Why does the game make us dismount? Okay, very small complaint. Man, this guy, this boy. Thank you for the random +7 runes. Let's talk. You can now see the Knight of the Great Jar's red summon sign. What? You can now see the Knight of the Great Jar's red summon sign. Who the hell is this? We are playing offline, correct? What is going on here? What? This looks like a Banished Knight. You've got a lot of the Banished Knight gear. Well, some of it. The shield, maybe. And the helm. But you also have a hood around that. Like, it's the knight that patrols around the Cathedral of Dragon Communion. Knight of the Great Jar. Summon this adversary. Whoa. These are all Knights of the Great Jar. So, okay, these are just NPCs. So we have some PvP of sorts that we can engage in here. Huh. Knights of the Great Jar. Based on past experiences with trying to navigate around buildings situated next to cliffs, I'm going to... There is an open button. I'm going to say that we're not meant to... There does not appear to be a path that leads around the sides of this building, so I don't think we're meant to go there. Also, wow, this is a beautiful Beautiful. Oh, interesting. Okay. So there's another skull here. And I'm noticing. This, I think, is up in the Dragon Barrow, wherever this tree is. And I'm wondering, is the game giving us the ability to fall down to this terrain? Is this supposed to be walkable terrain, and will there be like an item, or maybe even like, I don't know, is there a cave entrance? That would be a pretty out of the way cave. What a place. Oh, you can kind of see, dude, you can kind of see the rib cage. There is a rib cage there of this gigantic monstrosity. Let's see if we can open this door. Something tells me it will be locked. Like we need to fight the Knights of the Great Jar first? Or not? There is a America statue. Oh my goodness. Caelid Colosseum. It is a Colosseum. Combat with spirit ashes. What? To engage in combat with other players. Oh, okay, so there is a PvP element here. Oh, I love that. I love that the dumpy head spirit ash is in here. That's great. So you can PvP, but use spirit ashes. Wow, huh? So to engage in combat with other players, touch the effigy of America in a Colosseum. In a Colosseum. Is this going to be a recurring theme? There are going to be other Colosseums throughout the land. I see. This, I think, is the same prompt that we get back in the Round Table Hold, is it not? And I don't know if I've ever actually... Have I ever actually... Maybe back in the very first episode, I tried to do this and quickly realized that it is a... It is an online feature. An online-only feature. That looks like a door that should open. This is a door here, is it not? Does it open as a result of doing PvP? Rhetorical question, of course. Aha, we are really consumed with the fire now. Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. That's a pretty cool little screenshot there. Well, I guess we should try to fight. We have full flasks. And the only thing is, are we fighting all three of them at once? It's only going to summon one of them, right? Who do we start with? Do we just, eeny, meeny, miny, mo? We'll just go from left to right. We'll do the left to right orientation. We will give ourselves the normal battle prep here. The normal prep. As if we were doing a boss fight. Why not? I suppose there's going to be a latency. There's going to be a latency in summoning them, so I could have maybe summoned and then done some of these buffs. Oh, you hurt. Your pokey sword does damage. We are not super resilient against piercing, are we? Yeet. There should have been a roll there. I need to get my my mana. Just talking right past each other. Was he parrying me? Was that an attempt to parry me? Okay. Duelist vanquished. Duelist Knight of the Great Jar has died. Okay. All right. One down. Very, very interesting. I definitely need a refill. And we need to get more. That guy was pretty tough. Not super tough. We were able to get him first try, but he does a lot of damage. Are we really that weak in terms of pierce damage? We've picked up some stuff. We actually picked up a tutorial message for the first time in who knows how long. Why don't we take a moment here and let's catch up on our item descriptions. We'll take a breather. I need to hydrate, actually. This is fun. As it always is, we're playing Elden Ring. Golem's magic arrow. Great arrow of black stone, crafted by a civilization now gone to ruin. Imbued with its ancient magic. Deals magic damage. A giant civilization? We've seen the golems in many different places. Maybe they are the link to this giant civilization that we, instead of seeing various ruins and structures that appear to be giant size, maybe the golems are like the connection to that we've seen throughout Limgrave and the Limgrave Divine Tower and here in Caelid and other places. Spiked Palisade Shield. A large wooden shield covered with spikes. Though relatively light, it lacks in damage negation, designed to perform shield bashes. Not too hard to figure that one out. These attacks riddle the enemy with holes, earning it the nickname of Pard Shield. What in the heck? Don't be a pard. Never heard that word before in my life. And gravel stones, I think we are kind of familiar with. But I don't know if we've ever actually seen the description. Such compound stones found in lands once beset by ancient dragons are said to be the scales of those very beasts. Makes sense, since they are connected to being able to... Oh, I know where we know gravel stone from. That was from the Dragonheart description, wasn't it? Isn't that on here? Riddled with gravel stone, capital G, capital S. So we know it's connected to dragons. That's what I meant. Let's go... Let's go back to the warp point and refill our flasks, because we're not going to go into another fight without charging back up. It doesn't make us fight all three at once. So let's go and prep for the next round. And we'll do that by, we're going to give ourselves 9-2. Do I keep the wondrous physic that I have? I think so. We're still rocking the fire life. Do I change around my spells in any way? We probably don't need flame cleanse me. Flame of the Fell God. Totally forgot about this spell. We could be using that. Could also use Flame of Frenzy. Flame of Frenzy is actually a decent short range spell. It doesn't have as long of a cast time as Frenzied Burst does. So I think we'll take Frenzied Burst off, since that's more of a sniper spell, not a close quarters combat spell. And then I think that's how we will roll. I don't think we want to have... Ooh, Howl of Shabriri. Huh. Would that work against... It says it only works against humans, right? Kind of want to experiment with this, but is it going to get me killed? Will it get me killed is the question. Causes... Actually, it doesn't say that it only affects... It says that it causes madness buildup in the caster and makes enemies more likely to target them. It's not that it's more effective against humans. What spell is only effective against... I might be thinking of the Dark Fist or the Dark Hand. It's called something different. It's an Ash of War in this game, which we could probably look up right now. But that's the one I'm thinking of. I think we're going to go with this setup. We're going to go with this. I did not mean to sit back down. What I meant to do is saddle up. Saddle up and get back to the next round against the Knights of the Greatjar. The one question that I would have is, are the golems going to respawn? Oh my god, the golems do respawn. Holy shit. Okay. So, okay. Well, I guess we just make a run for it then. Do they turn around? Do they fire at me as I've gone past them? Is this guy turning around? Oh my god, wait a second. They are going to fire at me. So I guess I have to take these... I have to take this, at least this one out if I want to fight in peace against the Knights of the Jar. The other guy, is he still firing at us? You're not interested, buddy. Go away. You don't care about us. We are no bother to you anymore. Just go back to what you were doing. It's not counting us as in combat, but I see that guy still taking steps in this direction. Okay, well, you know, it's not the worst thing if we have to kill those archers each time. Because they do give us, you know, 2k runes. Okay, he's actually... the game is now refusing to draw the Guardian Golem Archer. So... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. So... Oh, fuck. Okay, that did not register as him having been defeated. You do have to beat them all in one go. Wow. Fascinating. Is that something that we are up for? I'm not sure that that I am... Well, we can get, you know, we can get some experience against each one of them, right? The way you could do this is just take on... We also weren't using our Flame of the Fell God very much, were we? That would have been one reason to keep more magic flasks. Well, let's get some experience against the other ones then. Let's do that. And we can do that by... Let's get our Blessing Spoon first here. And then we will go ahead and summon you. And drink our flask. And drink our Flame Grant Me Strength. And then we actually kind of want to get a little bit of distance here. And then summon our Flame of the Fell God. Didn't get you the second time. But the fire, wow, that really breaks your stance. The fact that she's trying to block, or she was getting her stance broken. Oh, poison. Poison, okay. Oh, she rolled through it that time. The Flame of the Fell God is not bad. It is not bad at all. Especially the tick, the fire damage that it leaves on the ground. Okay. That does give us 2k runes. Would we get 2k runes if we defeat this guy again, I wonder. Okay, Flame of the Fell God is not a bad strat, but we're obviously we're out of magic because I reassigned my flasks perhaps the wrong way. So, interesting. Wow. I mean, if you're ballsy enough, you just summon all 3 of them and you use your Flame of the Fell God on all 3 of them. That's an interesting strat. And something that I'm curious to actually try out. However, I think we are going to switch gears here. We are going to switch gears because this is good, but I feel like we are going to be, this is something that I want to commit to a little bit more fully, perhaps later on in the episode. Because I'm very curious. I don't know what kind of reward we would get for doing this. It might just be one of those things for bragging rights. Because we already do have passageway into this Colosseum. But maybe it would open this door. Maybe if we beat all 3 of them, we get this door open. There might be some reward. And if nothing else, the bragging rights are always something to shoot for. But we are going to set this aside for the moment. And we are going to switch gears because I do want to make sure that the main event of the day does take place. Good to know we've got the Caelid Colosseum on our map. And we got some knights. Knights of the... What were they called again here? Knights of the Big Jar? That is a pretty funny name when you think about it. I'm sorry. Knights of the Great Jar. Knights of the Big Jar. I mean, it's a similar ring. Similar ring to it. I keep going to the pause menu when I mean to go to the map. Why do I do this? I got to figure out a way to not do that. All right. We are not going to immediately jump back into the Radahn fight, however, because there is a castle to explore. And I'm going to continually build the drama on our way to returning to the Radahn Festival. That will be soon enough. But I do kind of want to give at least try to give some exploration to this Redmane Castle. There are some things to find here. I think there are some things to find here. I actually have no idea if there's anything to find. This could all just be, you know, poison bloom for all I know, as the only item rewards. But I got to think that there is something to find here. I will keep this flask distribution. Well, actually, I will give myself one more mana flask. We'll go 8-3. My mind is drifting to the thought of taking on the 3 Great Jar Knights all at once and just kiting the heck out of them with Flame of the Fell God. That could be fun. And maybe we will do that later. Let's get our lantern on. Not that we're needed at this precise instant, but we're going to need it, I'm sure. Okay, the other reason to explore Redmane Castle is that, you know, it doesn't feel like it's not a Stormveil Castle, I don't think. It doesn't feel like this massive, daunting, twisting, winding, in and on itself excursion. A little surprised that this door is not one that we can interact with. It feels like one you should be able to open. Now, we originally entered the castle from up here, did we not? And that could be... We may want to go back up there. It's been a very long time since we entered the castle, and I don't remember if there was anything to find up there. It is quite a scene, though. All of these swords and shields that have been strung up. I do remember specifically that there are a couple big kitty cats around the way. This town's finished. There are a couple big kitty cats over here. And I had some ideas about taking on those kitty cats. And specifically, stuff we could do. Oh boy. Thought we were being approached rapidly by somebody with heavy footsteps, but I think that is one of the kitty cats over here. We finally got in range to where they are able to be heard. I will say another thing that I had noticed as I was going through, I think it was the footage back when we, was it Fort Gale? We fought against one of the kitty cats, I think, in a fort. And I noticed, obviously not at the time, not during the fight, but I noticed later, going through my editing, that they kind of have... It looks like they have these stumps where horns used to exist. Kind of similar to Margit. Isn't it? Isn't it kind of like a little bit like Margit? Or the other, you know, we've also seen the big Omen guys up in the Altus Plateau and other places. Are these Omen? Are these Omen kitty cats? You know, that actually reminds me of something else that I had thought of. But I think we're going to save that for later. What I was thinking of, there's an item back at the hold, Margit's Shackle. And I had written it off as an item that, was it an item that you could buy from Patches Bellbearing? I don't remember for sure, but Margit's Shackle, I think is what it was called. And when I initially read that item, I thought, oh, that was supposed to be for the Margit fight. And for the Margit fight only. But then I had an idea that maybe that item is for using against Omen in general? I think we will wait to try that out. We're not going to try that out on the kitty cats. The Margit's Shackle will wait for later. What I would like to try on the kitty cats instead is one of these bewitching branches. This feels like a perfect use case for a bewitching branch. If in fact this is an enemy we can use this against. We have not used a bewitching branch before. Have not used this. This is not something that it's an effect that's not, that I have not often used in Dark Souls, Bloodborne. The question is, what is the range on this? Do you have to be right up in the enemy's face? Similar to the Shaman Boneblade. Does the item actually give us any idea? Probably not. It says pierce a foe. It feels like it's probably a short range attack. So I wonder if we can try a couple things. I wonder if we could maybe try a sleep pot as well. Could we try using a sleep pot against one of the kitty cats, put the kitty cat to sleep, and then use a bewitching branch against the other one? If that's the case, then I should probably switch the order of these, so that the bewitching branch is the second item in the sequence. This is the first time that I have used a sleeping pot. This is another bit of science that I have wanted to do, but I've never had the opportunity. They are immune to that, aren't they? Where the hell is he going? Can he get up to me? Oh, I thought there were stairs. Yo, I thought there were stairs over to this side that led up here. I thought once I aggroed one of these guys, they were just going to be able to path to me. Shouldn't they be able to jump up to me? These guys have really good leaping ability. That I feel like that should be a thing. Okay, well, in that case, let's try another sleep pod. Didn't seem to have an effect. All it's doing is making them really mad. It's just pissing them the hell off. Okay, well, since we don't have to, there's no way that they, I don't think that they can path up to us at the moment. Let's continue to explore, shall we? I thought this was an immediate chore that needed to be handled. But we have a reprieve, a momentary reprieve, to allow us to poke around a bit before committing to taking on the big scary kitties. So let's see what we can find. Another door that we cannot interact with, question mark? Yeah. So maybe they open from the other side, or similar to the jail cave, it could be that there is a lever somewhere that controls all the doors. Seems less likely in this situation. That doesn't feel like how this place would be set up. Now this sending gate, we know that this leads back out, I think, to the impassable bridge. So we don't need to take that sending gate. Doesn't this lead around to the kitty cats? It does. So theoretically, there is a path. There is a path that leads to where we were. But the kitty cat AI is not, their path searching algorithm is not quite that advanced. It would seem. I have been hearing a scarab around here for quite a while. I really want to try this bewitching branch. I have also made these cursed blood pots. That could be something to give a shot. What's the best way to handle this? This is a gnarly situation. What we're gonna do is ignore it for a little bit longer. We're gonna go to the staircase. See what's up here. Because maybe there's a scarab that gives us the ultimate anti-kitty cat. Ash of War or something. And Golden Rune 6. Not quite the solution I was looking for. Could we distract them with... Is there a way for us to... Is there a way for us to momentarily distract them? And how would I do it without fat rolling? Because what I'm thinking of these arrows that make a noise. The Shatter Shard, is that the one? Makes a resonating noise at the point of impact. And we can craft a whole bunch of these. Not that we need that many. But I'm curious. We also have sleep arrows. We could try sleep arrows. Let's see what this one does. If I go with the Shatter Shard arrow and I like... Oh shit, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted that to go a lot farther than it did. I needed to go like this. It does nothing. They don't react at all. Maybe it's too far away. I'm trying to create a temporary distraction, so like, I don't know. Oh shit, that might actually hit him. No, it's still way farther away than what I'm intending it to be. Yeah, that's landing quite a ways past them. Aha! It worked. I think it worked. It got that one distracted. Okay. It lasts for a few seconds. That's all we really need. We just need a few seconds to give us the time to sneak up on the other one. I don't know. This is such a weird... Actually, it would be better if we did it from over on this side, wouldn't it? It would be better if we did it from over here. The way that I'm envisioning this is we create a distraction. This is actually the perfect spot. We go up here. We create a sound distraction, like, ideally somewhere... Shit, did he figure out how to get to me? I think he's seen me. Which is not great. That's not part of the plan here. The plan... What is the plan? The plan is to do... It has to be relatively close to them. Like, it has to be, like, right here, maybe? But if I can do that, then he is... got his back turned. The problem is this guy is aggroed to me. What if I go and I rest? What if we go... Let's go reset this real quick and see if we can de-aggro the both of them. We're going to craft a few more of these arrows. This would be pretty fun if this works out. Because I just want to... I need to create enough of an opening to allow me to safely use a bewitching branch on one of them. Assuming that the bewitching branch is a melee range weapon or item. Okay, so did this guy aggro to me? I don't think so. Okay, I think I know how I want to do this. No, he saw me. Crap. They both see me. Okay. I think I'm hesitating. I'm definitely hesitating. If I just execute the plan without hesitation, because hesitation is defeat, then we'll be okay. Maybe. This is probably gonna result in a death. Because these kitty cats are scary. Also, I don't even know if the bewitching branch actually works on them. So this could be the dumbest idea ever. It might just be a totally better plan to just sit back and snipe them with Flame of the Fell God. That might be ultimately what we're supposed to do here. Maybe. The hell if I know. Well, we've got one of them. We've got one of them doing our bidding. Did it work? Oh my god, it didn't work. It didn't work. Did not work. I think one of the kitties actually hit the other one. I think we did get them to engage in some friendly fire, but otherwise didn't quite go the way I planned. Okay. Okay. All right. So the Bewitching Branch does not work against that enemy. Good to know. I feel like I made contact with it. There was like a 1 or a 2 on the damage, right? So it made contact. I feel pretty confident that it did make contact. The problem is that they're immune. That's a pretty big problem. Okay, we're gonna cheese this. This is not a boss. This is not something that I'm going to feel terrible at all about cheesing. So we are going to cheese, if it'll let me. I don't know if this cheese will actually work, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna try to cheese it. We're gonna try to do. The first thing we're gonna do is see what happens with a cursed blood pot. We're trying new things today. We're trying new things. I want to see what happens with a cursed blood pot. Let's get this guy over here. Cursed blood pot. Okay, so he has an aura about him now. That is doing what? Once again, kind of doing nothing. These guys aren't really vulnerable to much of anything, are they? Turns out these guys don't, they don't give a shit about any of your strats. Let's see if they give a shit about this strat, though. This might be a strat that they do give a little bit of a shit about. Perhaps. Does this work? Didn't hit him. Bro. Too far away, probably. Okay, now they're just being... This is like the most anti-cheese enemy ever. You just are not allowed. You are seriously not allowed to fucking cheese them, are you? Okay, Flame of Frenzy is not bad. Flame of Frenzy might be our ticket. Maybe, just maybe. They don't seem to know what to do. Yeah, their pathing AI is really at a loss when it comes to moving their way around. Uh-oh, did they figure it out finally? They're getting closer. I think it has to do with how close I am to them, and the fact that once they path around, they try to path around the buildings. Like their AI is figuring out, oh, there's a path that leads over around this set of stairs, but then there's a competing part of their AI that also says, well, you really can't get this far away from the guy that you're trying to kill. So now you have to abandon that path that you figured out and go back to within range of the enemy. God damn it. I really should bring back the I really should bring back my sniper spell. That's what I need. Come close. Whoa! He actually kind of pathed up here? Sort of? There was a part of the ledge that he was clinging onto. Nah, dude! Okay. Okay. We got some shit. We got some shit. Now there's only one of them. Now that there is only one... We should be able to do this now, right? One is no big deal. Famous last words. Famous last words. Oh my goodness. My heart rate. My heart rate. If only I had a heart rate monitor on so you all could see. Ooh, arterial leaf. Why is there an ooze here? The hell? Random. Is there not a lever to open this door? Huh. I would have thought that we were going to be able to open this. Similar to Fort Gale. Maybe the lever is up in an elevated position somewhere. Still no, no torrent. No horsey allowed here. And that is a cerulean, sorry, a crimson scarab, which I don't need at the moment. Wow, we have so many doors that are blocked to us. So many paths that are not open. Why? Why must they do this to us? Because they're like, dude, you need to go. You need to go. You have a festival to attend to. You can't be poking around a castle, taking on dueling kitty cats. That's not where your attention should be. I literally cannot open any of these doors. That page just shot through the door. Should be illegal. How are you allowed to shoot through solid objects? This is a bit of a, oh, okay. I'm wondering, I see a ladder there. And I'm thinking that what we actually need to do, we need to re-enter the castle, don't we? There is not, I don't think from where we are, I don't think there is actually a way to get back up to, unless there is something here with this building that I have missed. Is there a ladder here somewhere? I'm not seeing a way for us to get up to the elevated portions of the castle. And that feels like what we need to do. We need to get somewhere. There was that ladder that we just saw, but that's kind of out of reach. Just gonna look around one more time now that I'm not laser focused on the kitty cats of death. But this ladder here, I think the only way to get to these, wait a second. Wait a second. Is that what this is for? Can I jump over this? Oh my god, okay, all right. Aha. Okay, we found it. We found it. This is the spot right here. That's how we get elevated. That's how we do it. Okay, now we're talking. We're out of FP, but we are starting to do some things. Now, interestingly, yeah, maybe there is a switch somewhere or a lever that opens these doors because they are not the interactable variety. So let's keep it going. Now that we have an in to the other unexplored parts of the castle. It would have been, yeah, it would have actually been pretty, it's not usually something that FromSoft does. It's not very Miyazaki-like for us to have had to go all the way back around the castle in order to find the drop down place that gets us to where we need to go. I saw you. I saw you. I think I know where we are. I think I know where we are. This one does open, and this is the one that we have seen before from the outside. Okay, cool. So this makes more sense that this is our... Oh, there's an epic here. Oh, do we get one of their weapons to drop or something? Oh, that's a cookbook. Oh, this is just a... This is just a corpse over here. This was not a commoner. This guy does not want to let go of the ragdoll life. So many of you hold up in here. Can I really blame you though? You did not want to deal with the kitty cats. I guess this is probably how we... This gives us a path now to go from the site of grace that's inside of the castle and get back to the upper portions. This is like a shortcut to this ladder. Right? That's what we just accomplished, pretty much. So now we can get back up here without having to go through kitty cats, potentially. Omen kitties. Okay, now we've been here before, but let's see what we might have missed or what path that we did not take. Is this a path here? Can I walk on this? No. We walked over here, and then we pretty much made a beeline. Once I saw, I can't remember if it was from here, but once I saw the sparkles or the site of grace, that's pretty much, I just had blinders on for that. Nothing else mattered. So how do we actually navigate the rest of this? The rest of this castle? Because there is an item over here. How do we get this? How do? Because there is a door below it. Can I not get on top of that? Okay. What? Oh, this ladder. Wait, was I here already? With the dog? This is where the dog was, wasn't it? Oh, I just completely I had already forgotten about the ladder. I made a beeline into this place. I'm just all about making beelines, you know? Tunnel vision is really an interesting phenomenon. How you can so easily get distracted or get focused on one thing to the exclusion of another. Huh. This one is stumping me initially. How to get to this item. How would we get there? Because that door is not the interactable type, right? That sending gate leads us back to... outside the castle. Is there some sort of... We're supposed to navigate on the outside here somewhere? This part here, that also drops down to this area with the ladder. And then inside... Inside this building, we went in there, and that was where the page shot us through the door. correct? It is not an epic, it's not an epic item, so this may not be the most crucial mystery, the most pressing mystery ever that needs to be solved. There's also some possibility that there's, you know, we're not going to get to every part of the castle until after the Radahn festival, you know? There could be like a sending gate or something. Once you beat Radahn, you get new access to places that you haven't been. I'm not seeing anything from this side that would lead us to that item. So unless there is a sus wall, which I think we already tested this, right? Would be tough to believe that that would be a sus wall. But we have seen uneven surfaces, uneven, curved, non-flat sus walls, illusory walls. We have seen those. There is that precedent. I think we're getting to the point here where I'm there's more to explore with the castle, but as I suspected, it's not a big place, and I'm also just not seeing what I need to see. So I think for now, we move on with our lives. Correct? I think so. Because I am out of options here. I think I'm out of options. Let's go back to the chamber outside the plaza. We'll make it daytime, and maybe I'll look around just a little bit more. Like, there could be a sus wall around here somewhere that I just haven't noticed yet. We'll go noon. Noon, I think, is actually max visibility. I'm pretty sure the cats are going to be back, right? Oh, was there... Oh, this is not a door. Looked like a door for a second. I thought, did I miss the most obvious door in the world? Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Can I climb these? No. It felt for a moment that they were wanting me to get on top of this set of rooftops here by climbing these weird spiky barricades. But these can be destroyed, can't they? Well, maybe not by me, but I think the kitty cats were destroying them. They respawn, don't they? No. Okay, that's nice. So we did accomplish some level of permanent progress. That's cool. But otherwise, all these doors, how the hell do we open these? Maybe they open after the Radahn festival. Uh-oh, my controller died. Oopsie. Controller has died momentarily. So, also, I am stuck running for whatever reason. Please stop doing that. Hold on a second. Give me a moment while I try to get my controller going again here. Okay, I think our Bluetooth controller, Bluetooth to PC controller connection has been reestablished. PC Master Race for the win. I think it's time, folks, for us to we've done our exploration here at Redmane Castle, and there's more to find, but I think it might have to be done after the fight, because I don't see anything else at the moment that can help us progress inside of the castle. So I think we've got a festival that I have been very much looking forward to resuming. But before we resume it, we need to respec our character. As I was mentioning at the beginning, I think we're going to try to lean into the buff the crap out of our friends strategy and let them carry. Seems like a good idea to me. I don't know exactly how much easier or harder, not easier or harder the fight would be with or without summons. It'll be interesting to try the fight, maybe on my alternate file, without summons, and see. Because sometimes it's not just a shoe-in that the boss is automatically easier with summons. Because sometimes the boss's health and damage goes up so significantly that you end up making the fight harder for yourself. Don't know if that's the case here, but regardless of whatever the case may be, it feels like it is the kind of fight that you are meant to bring your friends to. The game wants you to do it, doesn't it? Now, if we are focusing on just really applying Golden Vow and our Blessing's Boon, we really don't need that many cerulean flasks. We might not even need... Let's see how many... Let's go ahead and readjust our gear. If we're ditching the scale sword, the question might be... I think we can keep the turtle shield, because we can do the same thing that we've been doing when it comes to... We're actually medium load. Wait, is the golden halberd lighter than the scale sword? Did I think the scale sword's actually heavier? Huh. I thought for sure. Somehow I thought that the golden halberd was heavier. Okay, fine. That makes the decision even easier, doesn't it? Our damage negation is okay. The Radahn Scar Seal is not providing us, is not giving us a significant downside, significant enough at least in my mind. Maybe it's doing us more harm than I've realized this whole time. Now, if we are doing the strat that I'm thinking of, we do not need the Radagon's icon. What we could potentially do... Ooh, this is interesting. The Sacred Scorpion Charm, which raises holy attack. Let me do something here. Hold on. Let's two-hand this so we can maybe get some accurate damage numbers. Yeah, 479. That seems more like what this thing is going to be doing when we actually two-hand it. So now if we look at the buff that we get from the holy, it still only buffs it by about 20. It is buffing the damage that we get from our golden halberd, but not as significantly as you might like. What do we do instead of Radagon's icon if we're not doing spell casting or not leaning on it? If we want to raise strength, that also buffs our attack, but not by an insane amount. It gives us a little more damage negation, I guess. We could just go with a good old Chloranthy ring. That's a pretty safe. Like, this is just a safe general setup here, right? More stamina and HP, more stamina recovery speed, and more everything. Not everything, but it's the quality build stats. More HP, more stamina. I think that makes sense. We may decide to revisit this if... See, here's the thing. We have a rune arc. And I don't know that I'm going to immediately... give myself another rune arc once we take a death. If we take a death, right? There's a chance that we go in and one-shot this. You never know. But I have not reviewed any of my footage from the last time around, so I don't remember. There's some details that are going to need some refreshing on how to take on Radahn. Taking on Radahn. Man, the unintentional rhymes today. That's what they're going to be the name of this episode. Let's not overthink this too badly. Let's put something else in. Do we want to like give ourselves 8 FP potentially? Maybe. Warming stones. This is another, if we're really leading into that healing the allies strategy. What kind of attacks does Radahn do? Are they damage? Magic damage? Physical damage and magic damage, right? I actually don't know for sure. Don't know. I think this is what we're gonna do. We're not gonna overthink this. Let's respec our Blast of Wonders Physic. Instead of fire, we want holy. Faith and holy. Let's see which one gives us a bigger boost to our golden halberd damage. 479. 479 goes to 523. With faith. Faith versus strength is the question here. What did I say? 523? Wrong button. 523 versus 535. The strength knot crystal tier gets us more halberd damage. So I guess strength and holy is how we roll. Spells? Not gonna need that. We are ditching the fire identity, I think, for this fight. Does that mean that I want just lightning spears just as a backup plan? They don't have a crap ton of distance. This is a fight where Frenzied Burst could be pretty decent. As, you know, our allies are distracting him, but I really want to get in there with the Golden Halberd. I don't want to be sitting back. So I don't know. I like this part of the game. I like the part where you're planning out your build, you're planning out your strategies, but I also probably do it a little too much. And there comes a point where you just need to get in there. Why don't we throw on this Aspects of the Crucible tail? How about that? It is a holy spell, I think. So why don't we have that as, you know, it doesn't have nearly the same range as your as the Frenzied Burst does. But who knows? We might decide to throw that in just for fun. Festival time. Festival time. We've been building up to it. And there's part of me that is anxious about getting back to it.
Nothing to do but...
Anxious in a happy way, but also anxious, nervous. Like, oh, this is a tough fight.
Champions, welcome. The stars have aligned. The festival is nigh.
Jaren?
General Radahn.
We'll let Jaren do his thing.
Mightiest demigod of the Shattering awaits you. Champions, prepare for battle. Defeat the general, claim glory, and grab that great rune. A celebration of war. The Radahn Festival.
Yes. It is time. It is time. The Banished Knight Gauntlet with the one it kind of looks like I don't know how many of you watch any baseball out there, and if there's any baseball fans in the audience, this kind of looks like one of those sliding mitts. I just realized what has become popular for base runners in the past couple years is they put this big old oven mitt on at least one of their hands so they don't get stepped on by the other player when they're sliding into the base, or if they do, it protects them a little bit. And I just realized that's what we have. We have a sliding oven mitt on our hand. Cool. What a great realization. That's exactly what I wanted to think about before talking to Alexander one more time.
Sure to get a good vantage, my friend. I, Iron Fist Alexander, do hereby vow to unflinchingly brave this ordeal.
All right. Uncle Iron Fist Alexander. We got some poachers that we might need you to deal with back in Jarburg at some point. But let's take care of this business first. And let's I think we need you to reopen things, don't we? Or do we have the ability to just go down the elevator? I think he needs to reopen things for us. Yeah. I kind of want to watch the cutscene again anyways. We've been building up slowly but surely, getting ready for this moment. Why not go ahead and check out Radahn one more time?
Begins.
The one thing I noticed that I forgot to do was spend my runes, but I don't think our runes are in danger of being lost here. I feel like, isn't the runes pickup outside of the sending gate? Either way, we're gonna go for broke. If we lose our 20k runes,
Before we begin,
it happens.
allow me to paint you the full picture.
But we are going to watch this again, because it's been a while. And I also totally missed the fact that Radahn... That's a clean rot knight, isn't it? Yeah, that's a clean rot knight. He's holding the body of another clean rot knight in his hand.
Ever to wander. Eaten from the inside by Melania's scarlet rot, his wits are long gone.
The fact that he is riding on a horse right now is
Now
totally
he
escaped
gathers
me the first
corpses
time.
Of former friends and foes alike, gorging on them like a dog. Howling at the sky.
But now, we must make merry.
O gathering of champions, the revels begin. The celebration of war. The Radahn Festival.
Yes! Exactly what I was thinking. My thoughts exactly. It is time. Slam that sword. Let's get it going. It really is crazy to think. At some point, I do want to watch the story trailer again and revisit what exactly that moment when Radahn and Melania are hurtling towards each other. They lock horns, so to speak. And then whatever happened with Radahn's hair, was that the moment that the scarlet rot bloomed and engulfed Caelid? If so, that is crazy to think about. Okay, so the strategy this time is going to be to first summon all of our friends to the battle. And then once they are all well within range, we are all together within range of Radahn, then we hit him with a Blessings Boon and we hit him with a Golden Vow. Now, the other thing I'm going to try to do is switch to my shield to give myself the extra stamina recovery, and then we go with the Golden Vow. So that's going to be the game plan here, and we'll see how it goes. We have holy water pots as a we are just going to simplify things a little bit here. We may add like Exalted Flesh or something potentially, if that's something that does stack with Golden Vow. I have not tested that. I don't know if it does. But I think it's time to go. Can we get in the sending gate with... I forget how this works exactly. I think we have to be off... Yeah, we have to be off horseback to start. Okay. All right. Nervous. Nervous. But it's time to go. Radahn Festival. I don't remember what take this is. All I do know, I will say, is it's been a little while since we've had to increment the death counter. Thanks to our rune arc has been keeping us nice and healthy in the HP department, and it's made it really difficult to take silly deaths, and because of that, we are still, I think, I want to say we are one death away from matching the previous high in a FromSoft game, which was DS3. The next death ties us with the death count total from DS3. And then, of course, the next death would surpass that and make Elden Ring officially the most deaths in any FromSoft game. Not that that was really going to be a contest, considering how massive this game was going to be, one way or the other. But it's something to note. It's something fun to keep not in the back of your mind right now, because right now you just need to focus on taking down Radahn. And let the rest take care of itself whenever that happens. But I guess I felt compelled to simply make note of that. All right, summon the friends. Summon the friends here. Dash out of the way of the Radahn arrows. Bring in Great Horn Targoth. Bring in Okina. Alexander. Alexander is hitting the ground running. Blythe is in the house. The whole crew is about to be here. We're gonna head up and get the Finger Maiden as well. Finger Maiden Theralina, that's your name. And then we're gonna try to see if we can find our friends. Here they are. And hope that our buffs hit them. Oh my god, that is so much damage. Jesus Christ. Damn it. No! Did Alexander already bite the dust? Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Let's buff everybody again. Reapply the buffs. Yes! Okay. Phase 2 coming up. Let's drink our flask here. And then get out of range of wherever the meteor is coming from. That's the goal here, is to try to avoid the meteor at all costs. Okay. Now, isn't there a summon for Sir Jaren? Here we go. Let's get Jaren in here. Blythe is out. Blythe has succumbed. Wait, where is he? Oh, there he is. Okay. Castle and Jaren's coming in. We still have some of our friends that could... Oh, no, they're both... Nope. Trying to heal. How did I not? Oh, because he summoned this. He summoned these. I'm getting kind of lucky with my rolls here. I am getting a little bit lucky. Whoa, I can summon Alexander back? What? I can summon these guys back after they've died? What? That seems OP. That seems a little too OP. Wait a second. Wait a minute. These guys can come back? What were we doing the first time? Oh my god. Oh. Well, I guess that's what I get for turning my back on the boss. So, wow. Okay, well, there we go. We've tied DS3. Stake America, please. I think. Yes, Stake America. That was working. We get to summon all our friends back? That I totally did not see the first time. I mean, that's a winning formula there. That is totally a winning formula. I don't know how well. I don't know how much value our friends were getting from our Blessing Spoon, but I feel like it was something. I think we also got... I thought I got lucky with... I thought I was going to get hit by his big gravity... I don't know what you call it. A gravity well attack. There's the big aura... The big area of effect gravity move that he does that you can roll through. And I was in the middle of applying the trickle heal, and I didn't get hit. And I thought, what? Did I just iframe through that? But I think it's because what he was actually doing was he was summoning those... the gravity soul mass orbs. That's what he was doing. Okay, now we have lost our rune arc. I'm not going to immediately reapply it, because maybe we can beat this fight without that. Possibly. So let's give a couple more attempts. At least before... Because man, he does so much damage. And even with the HP bar where it was, we still took 2 hits and we were dead. Will any of his attacks one-shot us like this? I don't think so. But we're gonna have to stay topped off. Okay, either way, I think that's the way, that is a good approach. That is the approach that I would like to take, especially if we get to bring back our friends to the fight. I am pressing, what am I trying to do? Why? Whatever I was doing right now, just now to summon Torrent was the most, I was like pressing, I don't even know what I was pressing. I was pressing down without pressing the triangle button. That's what I was doing. And that's not how you mount Torrent. Sorry, Torrent. I just realized that my runes are right there. I just realized that I'm gonna have to pick up my runes. I thought they were gonna be outside the sending gate. Did you all get that buff? Did you all get that buff? Why am I fat rolling? My rune arc. My rune arc. God damn it. One of them's already dead? One of them's using rancor pots. I'm out of mana. I'm out of mana. The golden vow is not working. Can I get the critical hit? I don't think I'm in the right spot. Dude, this is such a wild fight. We already got him? We already got him down to half. Okay. Run, 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 run. Where is he? Dude, he comes from different directions. That's crazy. Okay. Shit. I think I applied the golden vow too soon. I really shouldn't turn my back on the guy. Don't turn your back on the guy. Just go around and resummon your friends without losing sight of this dang nabbed SOB. Come back here, you. Come back here on your silly little horse. What in the hell? What is that move? Dude! This motherfucker, man. I don't even know. I'm able to just keep summoning people, apparently. This is just how this fight works. So I guess I'm gonna take it. I really need to figure out a way to hit you, though. My God. Holy shit, man. Ay, ay, ay. Is he going meteor mode again? He goes meteor mode for a second time. This guy is an absolute savage. Okay, but it is honestly, okay, I could just keep resummoning people to the battle. Where were they? They were kind of generally in this direction. That does really change things. It really does make things a lot, I don't know, maybe a lot easier. Oi! Oh my god, thank you for taking the hit, Torrent. Thank you for taking the hit. I need to figure out a way to just hit the guy. That's the main challenge right now, is just hitting the guy. Dude, are you serious? Are you serious? Really? Really? We should have had that. All right, folks, there you go. Officially, Elden Ring is now officially the most times that I have died in a FromSoft game. Like, once again, of course that was always going to happen, but there you have it. The official death that puts us over the top was against General Radahn. Very fitting, I would say. Very fitting that it was against this asshole. Boy, he has some really unfair moves, if we're being honest. And he definitely gets a hell of a lot tougher in, gosh, is it phase 2 or is it phase 3? Because he went and did the meteor attack for a second time. That's not, that should be illegal. Man, well, now I'm kind of feeling silly for putting this aspects of the Crucible on here, because we could have finished him off probably if we had our sniper spell, right? We just needed to get one more hit on him. But and I should probably just go and warp to that. I should probably go and put that spell on right now, but I'm a little stubborn. I'm a little bit stubborn. Can I, you know what? Screw the turtle shield. Turtle power is fun. We don't need it. We do not need turtle power to do this fight. It is not a requisite. I can give myself a little bit more. Oh, I actually can't. No, I'm stretching the limits of my. This is it. This is fine, dude. We have holy pots. Could I have got him with a holy pot? It's not quite the same. It has. You're lobbing a projectile, and this guy is so mobile. There's a very good chance we would have just whiffed. Do I want to put anything in the item slot that might be of use? We could pop a rune arc, you know? We could just pop a rune arc. Because we're so close to getting this. We could give ourselves a little more physical damage negation. Douse enemy with a cursed blood. Do we want to use one of these? Causing summoned spirits to assail them with a rabid fervor. Let's just get back in there. Let's just get back in there. Keep the fight going. And try to get back our souls. Try to get back our souls if we can. That was... I took an angle there that made that a little closer than it should have been. Okay, our souls, I think, are potentially quite a ways away. Finger Maiden. Trying to give my trickle heal to my buddies. Trying to give them the golden vow. And not die at the same time. God damn it. It is not supremely easy to get back it is not supremely easy to give all of our buffs to our friends. Just because Radahn is distracted doesn't mean that he still can't just swipe wildly in every direction and kill our ass. Even if he's not aiming for us. Okay, well, this is good. This is good that this is not... there was part of me that was wondering, because we are, you know, we're leveled up a fair bit since we took on this fight the first time. Was there a chance that we were going to trivialize the fight? And it's good to see. It's heartening to see that that is not the case. Because this guy is just, there's nothing trivial about Radahn. Motherfucker. Let's make sure Alexander gets the buff. I want Alexander to get that golden vow love. Yes, okay, I thought I wasn't gonna get it. Nice, nice, nice. No! Ha! What? Huh? What? It's gotta be those... It's gotta be those gravity soul masses. That are... I'm not keying in on when those things are flying at me. I'm probably... I think I'm definitely getting a little too focused on reapplying buffs. Like, that's really not... This isn't... As much as I want to think of this as a World of Warcraft style instance, Like, this is as close to a World of Warcraft raid as any FromSoft boss has ever gotten. It's still not a WoW raid. This is not about having a rotation of spells necessarily. Like if you were a healer, you would have this certain rotation of spells that you would be applying to the group. You'd be doing spot heals on certain people that need it, and then you're probably going to be healing the tank pretty often. You don't have that designated sort of rotation. It's much more about paying attention to when the attacks are happening from the boss, dodging the attacks. That's the priority number one. Make that the priority. Don't worry about this other business. I don't know if I'm going to actually be able to do that though, because I love the idea of buffing all my friends. But so far, it's not working out fantastic. It's not working out as ideally as I was hoping it would. Now, resummoning your friends, making sure your friends get back into the fight after they're gone, after they've been vanquished, quote unquote, that may not be the worst idea. Because it's starting to feel like we're going to need all the help we can get. Let's get our runes back. I'm out of stamina. Stay on the move. Stay on the move. Fuck, man. The fact that he appears from different angles. Oh my god. Stay on the move, he says. Stay on the move. Runs right into it. Runs right into this. I hate this guy. I absolutely love this fight, but my goodness. Okay. We're having fun here. We're having fun, aren't we? What a grand old time. I think our souls are at least in a more convenient pickup spot this time. Oh, good. Good night. We're gonna go. What in the hell? Dude, how did I... That pisses me off. That just pisses me off. Okay, well now we're being stupid. Now we're just being a dingus. Not even gonna get my runes back here because I'm flailing around haplessly. There are some things, it's horseback fighting, man. Sometimes when you get hit riding a horse, there are some times you just can't do anything. You're stuck. Like I was I don't know what I was pressing there. I guess I was pressing the roll button. My panic instinct is to press the roll button. And I sure as hell wasn't rolling. You can't roll on horseback. You dash on horseback. Wow, okay. Let's take a stretch. Get a bit of a hydrate here. We need a little bit of a, maybe a stretch break. That might not be the worst idea. It might be a good idea for us to respec a little bit. We don't have to live with, you know, the whole golden vow, blessing spoon, all that nonsense is probably doing us not very much. I'm going to be stubborn for a couple more attempts, but it might be time for us to consider switching things up. But at the very least, no matter what strategy we use, we should not be taking hits at the very start. You dash to the side. You dash at a 90-degree angle. Or not a... You dash orthogonally to the direction of the arrow in order to not get hit. Like, okay, my controller's on, right? My controller's on. I was spamming the hell out of the roll button there, and I was just laying on the ground. What exactly are you? When you get knocked from your horse, is it just a rip? Is that so much of a penalty? Is that why I've just never figured out this whole time what I'm supposed to do, because you just can't do anything when you get knocked off your horse? You are just. The game punishes you by saying, nope, you may not move for the next... How long was that? 3-4 seconds? Okay. Let's rethink our strategy here a bit and give ourselves a little bit of time to breathe. Because we came very close the first couple attempts, and now we are just getting wrecked. So we need to rethink things a little bit here. Get that out of here. Maybe get this out of here. Do we want to lean back toward fire? Is fire something that we would do? We could focus on frenzied bursts, right? Try to do frenzied bursts from a distance. And allow our friends to do most of the work. Flame of the Fell God? Could be fun. But the problem is we need a rune arc, don't we? The way that I have spec'd things is I need to have a rune arc in order to be able to make use of this spell. So I can't... That's not going to work. Maybe that's the only change we make. Getting into melee range is very risky. Getting into melee range with the Golden Vow or with the Golden Halberd is very risky. Being able to stay at range and see what he's doing more clearly, because the fight does get very hectic. It can be particularly tough to keep track of what's going on when you are so close to him. Like, I'm kind of getting a feel for it in some cases. I'm kind of getting into a bit of a flow state. But other times, not so much. And maybe we should just lean back into what we know. And our curved greatsword. Or our scale sword. Could also just use a rune arc. Could also just use a rune arc. Now that we've gotten ourselves familiar with the fight again, we have refamiliarized ourselves with the battle. And bring back our turtle shield. I don't know. I think going without the turtle shield is fine. That's not what is getting us in trouble here. What's getting us in trouble is getting hit. We forgot to check this Armorer's Cookbook. It gives us immunizing cured meat and immunizing white cured meat. Cool. Don't think that's what's going to put us over the top here, but good to know. Good to know we've got that there as an option. All right, let's get back into it. Okay. These are the things we need to be a little bit more wary of, because they seem to do much more damage than I was giving them credit for. Dude. I knew he was going to attack again, and instead of guarding, instead of being patient, I decided to attack. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? I was being patient for most of the fight. I was doing it. I was actually paying attention. And then I didn't. And that's all it takes with this guy. One moment when you're not paying attention. I'm gonna use a rune arc. We got 16 of these dang things. Let's use it. Use the stupid rune arc to your advantage. What am I doing? I thought I was guarding. This is so chaotic. I can never get that. Can never seem to get that. This would be a great time for me to reapply the group's buffs, but I'm just so worried about this stupid meteor attack. Out of stamina. When do these big gravity orbs make their way toward us? Let's go see if we can summon our friends up on the hill. No! I did not recognize that attack. That is one that you need to apparently get the hell away from. Dang it! Oh, man. There is an item out here that I have not picked up yet. Radahn spears. Didn't I pick those up before? I could have sworn. Okay, well. Yo, I still did not get my runes back. I summoned Theralina. That's what I was doing. I'm gonna drink. Theralina was what I was aiming for there without really realizing it. Nice. You do have to kind of be able to let go of everything. Let go of all your inputs. Let go of all your inputs and be in a position to receive. Receive? To be able to... Shit. To be able to get the killing blow. I'm gonna reapply this to myself at least. And let's also go and see if we can find some more friends. Without completely turning our back on this dude. Because I need all the help I can get. Let's be real. Get all the friends back into the fight. Please. He's so far away. Got him. Demigod felled. Radahn's Great Rune. Shard Bearer Radahn. Out of my game. Oh, that feels good. The shooting stars. Radahn is no longer able to protect us from the shooting stars? Whoa! Oh my god. What? What the hell? Ah. What? Oh, ho, ho. A red mark was made on the map. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. I took a an actual much needed stretch break. I even took a very quick little, it wasn't a nap. Oh my god, Blythe is here. It wasn't a nap. It was just a sit down, and Alexander's here as well. It was a sit down to allow my nervous system to chill the fuck out because I was getting stressed. The Radahn fight was definitely getting the better of me. My blood was flowing, my heart was pumping. Good lord. A red mark was made on the map. I thought it might have been aiming at Celia. Oh my god. Starfall Crater. In the Mistwood. Unexpected. Wow. The break got it done. My friends also helped get it done. I don't even think I got the killing blow. I was trying to rev up some frenzied burst. But, one of you all, probably Blythe. Maybe Alexander, but if I had to guess, Blythe. Blythe is the dude.
What a sick way to fight, eh, mate? The glory of the clash is shared by Radahn and you, and then a falling star right before our eyes. I can't fathom how Radahn was holding back something of that scale. He was a living legend, if ever I saw one.
He was literally holding back a massive shooting star. Why was he holding back a shooting star? Probably nothing good coming out of that shooting star. Let's exhaust the dialogue with Blythe. Hold on here. I am still very much in the process of collecting my thoughts, my feelings. I'm noticing there is clean wrought knight armor on the ground. And I'm very curious to actually take a look around in these ruins. Not the ruins, but the dunes. Because there supposedly might be a catacombs way out over here on this side. Who knows what else other items and whatnot could be strewn around. But let's finish talking to our friends first. First things first. Thank you, Blythe, very much for the help.
Well, it's time I left. The wheel of fate has been set into motion. If it's on the cards, I'd be glad to meet again. You are a fine warrior.
That's what we've always dreamed of you saying. Oh. Blythe calling us a fine warrior. That's it. That's it. There's nothing else. Nothing else to live for. We've reached the pinnacle. The apex of it has been reached.
If it's on the cards, I'd be glad to meet again. You are a fine warrior.
Oh, man. What an amazing fight. Such a wild fight at times. The particle effects, the moveset, everything that Radahn had going for him. It was such a wild ride. I'm not sure I can say it's my favorite boss fight, but it is one of the most memorable boss encounters in any video game. And it's a moment that I'm glad to finally get the win. It was actually a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I did not think necessarily that we were going to first try today, but I thought, you know, we're leveled up quite a bit since then, and we've got some experience under our belts playing this fight before, even though it's been a while. But Radahn is a toughie no matter what. I wonder what he's doing, actually. What is he... Is he scavenging... What exactly is going on with you, Alexander?
Ah, hello there. It was a battle marvelously fought. You are well and truly a champion, friend. I, on the other hand, am nothing but a crock. One hit was all it took to crack me, and for my insides to come spilling out. After that, I hid like a coward. And as such, I can hardly stand to face one such as you.
Huh. I did notice as we were beginning to talk to him. Let's get our setup back. Oh, there's a boss soul to check out. I forgot. We've got things to check out still. I was gonna be a little cheeky here.
Thank you.
But I had noticed as we were beginning to talk to Alexander, there's a big crack. There's actually multiple cracks, I think. He did not look like this before. My dude. Oh my gosh. It didn't look to me like you were hiding, by the way, for what it's worth. It looked like you were right in the fray the whole time. So don't look down on yourself.
But don't you think I've given up just yet.
Good.
As luck would have it, there's a veritable mountain of warriors' bodies right here. If I can just squeeze this bunch down inside me, I'll be a mighty warrior again in no time. And you know, the bodies found here are exceedingly fine. Who could expect any less from the very warriors who fought in the Shattering? The greatest of all wars. Just you wait and see, friend. I'll grow even stronger. Just you wait when next we meet.
I can hardly wait. I can hardly wait. It is really... That is what is going on with these jars. They house the dead, essentially. Or the spirits of the dead. But he said all he had to do was stuff a bunch of warriors inside him and he's good to go. These hats are pretty funky. Little sort of Vikings hats or some shit. Oh my gosh.
The bodies found here are exceedingly fine. Who could expect any less from the very warriors who fought in the shattering? Just you wait and see, friend. I'll grow even stronger. Just you wait. All right, lads. I'm going to take you on a little journey. You'll all be inside me and be part of me. From now on, we're all in it together. So, let's all of us dream big. All right, lads, you'll all be from now on. So,
If it's on the cards, you are a fine one.
Wow. I'm at a little bit of a loss for words. Let's read. We have another boss soul and another great rune. Remembrance of Star Scourge Radahn, hewn into the Erd Tree. The power of its namesake can be unlocked finger reader, blah, 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 blah. The Red Lion General wielded gravitational powers which he learned in Celia during his younger days. Also, he would never have to abandon his beloved but scrawny steed. That was the reason? He did all of that just so he wouldn't have to abandon his beloved but scrawny steed. What the hell? That is some sick artwork. Oh my gosh. Radahn is so cool. What a fantabulous boss design. The Red Lion. But he learned all that shit in Celia. Brother to Rykard as well as Ronnie, correct? They look so different though. We don't know what Rykard looks like. I'm just thinking of Radahn and Ronnie. Do not look related at all. Radahn's Great Rune. Devoid of any benediction. Seek the divine tower of Caelid, which stands upon the precipice at the Dragon Barrow's shore. So this doesn't really give any description at all. Devoid of any benediction. Wait a second. Wait a second. Is this Great Rune of the Unborn already active? I have to try something here real quick. I thought for sure that I had gone to this menu and gone to Great Runes. I can't switch to the Renala's Great Rune. The Great Rune of the Unborn. I can't switch to it. My friends are gone. We got all their dialogue, but they have hit the road. And it is now raining. It does not appear to be regular rain. I'm not going to question whatever is raining on us right now, but what I will do is I will wrap up this installment of Elden Ring. We have so much to do next time. We have an NPC sweep, of course, to do. We have maybe there's some stuff that has happened at Redmane Castle. We have a dunes to explore at the very least. There is a whole landscape out here that we need to poke around. And of course, the maybe even #1 objective that we need to put on our list is this Starfall crater. What has landed here? The last time that we saw this particular icon, well, maybe it wasn't. It was similar to this, but we had D who put the icon on our map for the Sending Gate somewhere over here. That sent us to the Beast Clergyman way back, way back when. And we will, and the Dragon Barrow awaits because we have to get to a Divine Tower. Perhaps a fight with the Beast Clergyman awaits. Some great jar nights await. So much some fun stuff still to do on this side of the map before we ever even begin to turn our attention to the Altus Plateau. But now I'm confused a little bit because this this Great Rune is, the Radahn's Great Rune is just like what Godric's was, devoid of any benediction, but we never had this with the Renala Great Rune. So it's like the Renala Great Rune is active already, but we can't use it. Is this one of those things that I'm gonna need someone to tell me what the heck is up with this? Because FromSoft doesn't explain it. One way or the other, I don't know. One way or the other, we might get some answers. Maybe, somehow. We'll give ourselves a little bit of light here, though, as we revel in the rain. The raindrops of victory. Radahn is quite a character. He was definitely a hell of a boss fight, and I can't wait to see what was he holding back. The shooting star that has descended upon the lands between. So much to do. Next time. Thank you all. Oh my gosh, what a great day. Thank you all very much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one.